Well, hello there. It's Dusty Thunder. And guess what? Another AITA story. This one's from Reddit, and it goes like this. Am I the thunderhole for demanding the master bedroom in our own home? My wife's 20-year-old son still lives with us and asked her to swap his small bedroom for our master bedroom, which is twice the size of his now former bedroom. He pays nothing towards rent or utilities. The gain for him is that his computer setup, instead of being in the third unused bedroom, is in his bedroom with his dorm-sized refrigerator. The gain for us, nothing. I don't want to sound like an ogre, so I said I would consider it if we made scaled drawings to see if it could work. Weeks later, I realized I was way too uncomfortable with the idea and told my wife I changed my mind to no bedroom swap. Weeks later, she had a Monday legal holiday off, and so did her son. The day before the holiday, we go to breakfast and also drive 1.5 hours away, just the two of us, to visit one of my vendors to transact a deal. I take her to dinner at a quiet local restaurant that is at least another hour of alone time. What will you do with your day off tomorrow, I ask. Oh, we will find something to do. Late at work, I get a text. Be sure to call me before you get home. After work, I call to hear, I wanted you to know, she says sheepishly, I moved your books to the third bedroom. What about your son's computer? Won't he find that cumbersome? Oh, I moved his computer too, but into our bedroom. What? Where's our bed? Oh, in my son's old bedroom. I swapped out bedrooms while you were at work. I went ballistic, and days later she admitted she knew for days what she would be doing on Monday. She eventually apologized and said she knew it was wrong to do that behind my back, but it was only for 2 years until he launched himself. I almost left her over this. 10 months later, the swap has been an unmitigated disaster for me. I gave her plenty of warning and took a weekend for myself and wrote out my feelings and diagrammed out the dynamics. I realized that every parent has to put their child's safety over their partner's wishes. But after that, healthy marriages put their partners and also the marriage above the wishes of their children. I came home from the weekend and told her that. I reminded her that I have helped her son financially, took him to games, gave him my used car, his first, when I upgraded. I also told her that his current bedroom situation was completely appropriate when he had his own place, but it was completely inappropriate at the expense of her husband's comfort and that she had to make a choice. Either explain to him, as I am certain he knows, my/our bedroom was stolen behind my back and the current one for us is not working for me, as I have to be a contortionist to use even part of the too narrow closet, and there is not enough room for my things. Or it's time I accept where I am in the pecking order, and I don't do second place and end this marriage. Am I the astronaut? Wait a second. He almost left her over this. When it went down, when she went behind his back and she swapped the rooms, he said he almost left her over this. But instead, he stayed in the tiny bedroom for 10 months and just took it. Actually, what he did was in that 10 months, just let it stew, treated it like a prison cell, and eventually got to the point where he just exploded. I think the boundary was clear. She clearly violated the boundary, clearly didn't give a shit, and even admitted she knew it was wrong and admitted that it was premeditated and still didn't give a shit. So, if you were last in the pecking order, would you leave? I guess that's the question. I mean, Candy Thunder would never do this, especially behind my back. She wouldn't bring it up in the first place because she would be like, no, we're the adults. We get the master bedroom. I'm not going to give the master bedroom to one of the kids. It's different with us too because we have multiple children, so there's a different dynamic there. You know, the other kids would be angry if one of them got the master bedroom and the rest of them were just stuck with their original rooms, but this is an only child, which explains a little bit. But there's some kind of parental guilt driving mom here to just try to give him everything. But it's not hers to give. And I think that's the point that she's missing out on here. She's treating this marital property, which I'm calling the bedroom marital property because it's theirs. She just gave it to him and it wasn't hers to give. That's the big thing that I'm uncomfortable with here. Aside from her stomping all over the boundaries, she's just going to give the son anything and everything that she can get her hands on. So OP beware, because anything and everything that she has access to is at risk for getting taken from you behind your back, even though she knows it's wrong to give to her son. That's a lot of red flags, man. I think your plan here is a good plan. You've got to force her to make a decision. You might also have to create some pain because pain creates change. When it comes to parental guilt guiding decisions, it's tough. That's a tough habit to break. It's a tough worldview to break, but you've got to force her to make a choice here. And you can't keep getting shit on because she feels guilty and decides to give her son everything. I mean, still living at home at 20, that's not a huge deal, but paying nothing towards rent or utilities, living with his mom. I'm saying his parents because it's mom and stepdad, and that's not a big red flag to me either, but it's what she did. We don't really hear a lot about the son's dynamic on all of this. We don't hear a lot about he wanted to make the swap. I'm sure he pushed for it, and I'm sure he manipulated his mom into it, but she let it happen too. So, OP, your wife is definitely on the ascon scale here. Where is she? Let's see. As a reminder, ascon 1 is the worst, ascon 4 is the least amount of asshole, ascon 1 is there's no way you should have done that, you're a terrible human being, ascon 2, you definitely shouldn't have done that, but it doesn't make you a terrible person, ascon 3 is you probably should have approached that differently, and ascon 4 is maybe could have approached that differently, maybe you're an asshole, maybe you're not. I think mom's in ascon 2 territory here. I don't think she's a terrible person because she thinks she's doing the right thing, she's just doing the wrong thing for the wrong person, if that makes sense. She wants to feel like she's doing a good thing for her child. But if doing a good thing for one person means completely shitting on another person that you supposedly care about, it's not the right thing. Pretty hard and fast rule there, especially if it's your spouse. If doing the right thing for your child, or if you feel like doing the right thing for your child means shitting on your spouse, probably need to think long and hard about that decision. So let's go ahead and assign officially ascon 2 to mom. OP, you are off the hook. Not on the ascon scale here. I get it, man. Don't know why you waited 10 months to speak up. I think you hurt your case doing that instead of immediately stepping up and being like, no, this is unacceptable. You did this behind my back. You knew it was wrong. You sucked it up for 10 months, which gives them the idea that it's doable. So you're saying there's a chance. So if this relationship does continue, you're going to have to get quicker about reaffirming your boundaries when they are encroached upon. Do not let it go on for 10 months, because that just teaches both of them that it's okay and that your boundaries mean nothing. And there's no quicker way to lose respect than by letting someone just stomp all over your boundaries and waiting 10 months to speak up about it.